Hey guys, just gonna do a quick comparison between the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4S. Here you can see that the iPhone 5 is actually a lot thinner than the iPhone 4S. It's about the thickness of the metal band on the iPhone 4S. Okay, I'm just gonna start the review. First, we're gonna boot up both the phones and see which one turns on first. So the iPhone 5 should be a lot faster. It has the A6 processor versus the A5 in the iPhone 4S, and 1 gig of RAM versus 512 megs on the 4S. So the boot time is kind of slow compared to modern phones. It's still going on. Oh, there you go. The iPhone 5 won, but maybe by about 2 seconds, so nothing too crazy here. See how fluid both these phones are right off the bat. Definitely pretty much the exact same. Nothing too crazy here. Gonna get started, test Angry Birds. So it loaded a lot faster than on the iPhone 5. Oh, so even with the ads and everything, the iPhone 5 definitely won in this case here. Now let's see if the game actually performs any differently. Feels pretty much the exact same. Nothing nothing crazy here. Very comparable. Sorry for my performance. But the next app I'm going to compare is Flipboard. Should be pretty comparable. Opened up pretty much at the exact same time. Nothing too different. The iPhone 5 seems slightly more fluid, but now it seems pretty much comparable. I don't really see any difference. Brightness on the iPhone 5, I don't have turned up all the way, so let me just go ahead and fix that for you real quick. Both of them seem pretty much the exact same. Nothing different here. Let's test Siri out now.
What's the weather like today?
Here's the forecast today. Sorry, I didn't get that.
We need to upgrade, I think.
What's the weather like today?
Okay, here's the weather today.
How is this so slow? What's going on here?
Here's the forecast today.
What was the Blue Jays score?
Searching the web for what was the Blue Jays score. The Blue Jays lost to the Yankees yesterday. The final score was 10-7.
Navigate to Toronto.
Sorry, I couldn't find any places I can't provide maps and directions in Canada.
Navigate to Toronto.
I found 3 places matching navigate. Tap the one you want directions to. I found 3 places matching navigate. Getting directions to Navigator.
Okay, so you guys just saw the Siri performance. The iPhone 5 performed a lot better for Siri compared to the 4S. The 4S just wasn't picking anything up, and it was just having a hard time. Now, as for the navigation itself, Apple added Apple Maps and took away Google Maps. The iPhone 4S still has Google Maps running, and on the iPhone 5 has Apple Maps running. You can clearly see that the extra real estate really helps on the Maps application on the iPhone 5, whereas the iPhone 4S seems pretty constrained in terms of space. The fluidity is slightly better on the iPhone 5, but it's nothing crazy if you compare Maps to Google Maps to Apple Maps. So we're gonna go ahead and test the browser performance out. Honestly, the iPhone 5 should destroy the iPhone 4S here, just because of the upgraded internals, and every iteration Apple does, the browser always seems to get better with the hardware. So we're just gonna go look up BBC real quick. So the iPhone 5 killed the iPhone 4S here, no surprise. And there you go, it just loaded a lot quicker. It's the mobile BBC site, but it's still loaded a lot quicker on the iPhone 5 on the same Wi-Fi connection. I'm gonna navigate to the Verge now, and we're gonna compare the mobile site as well as the full desktop experience and see if there's any big performance differences in terms of scrolling. Okay, so seems like the iPhone 4S is loading quicker, but the pictures definitely came up a lot quicker on the iPhone 5, as well as the notification for the Verge app itself. The browser feels pretty much the same. Now let's see which one loads the full site quicker. The iPhone 5 is just speeding along while the 4S is taking its time. And there you go, pretty much loaded on the iPhone 5, whereas the iPhone 4S is done on the iPhone 5, still loading on the 4S. Let's check another page out. The bar just seems to move a lot quicker on the iPhone 5, may just be a visual trick, but it doesn't really seem like it. Actually, it just genuinely loads faster. As you can see, the scrolling performance is pretty much the exact same. Nothing different here. So there you have it. The iPhone 5 is generally a lot faster compared to the 4S for some things, but not all others. So now I'm going to go ahead and compare the pictures of the iPhone 4S and the 5. Here's a 4S. Here's an iPhone 5. Pretty much the exact same. Here's another 4S. And here is a 5. Here's the 4S again. And here is the 5. This is the only picture I actually found any differences in. The greens actually look slightly more green on the 5. It's only the leaves on the tree that look any different. Overall, I honestly think the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4S camera are the exact same, and they didn't change anything. There may be slight coloration differences because of the new sapphire lens that they have put in. So that's sort of disappointing that nothing was changed.
Just doing a test video comparing the iPhone 5 to the iPhone 4S. The iPhone 5 slightly looks better for video quality. Let's try walking around and see which one is less shaky. Can't really tell which mic is better, but I'll check that out later. Pretty comparable performance, nothing too different. Just doing a test video comparing the iPhone 5 to the iPhone 4S. The iPhone 5 slightly looks better for video quality. Let's try walking around and see which one is less shaky. Can't really tell which mic is better, but I'll check that out later. Pretty comparable performance, nothing too different.
I actually thought that the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 5 video quality was the exact same. I didn't notice any differences at all, even with color. I didn't really pay any attention to it. As for the mic quality, I noticed that the iPhone 4S was slightly clearer, but that might have just been because I had the phone closer to me compared to the iPhone 5 when I was taking the videos. Now, is this phone worth getting over the iPhone 4S? It's not really. There's not that many speed differences. Obviously, if you are dependent on using the browser every day like many of us are, the iPhone 5 is worth it. But I think if you have the iPhone 4S, you should stick with it for now. It's a good phone. Everything is really comparable. The camera is the exact same. Many of the things are the exact same. It feels just as fluid. The OS feels just as fluid on the iPhone 4S as the iPhone 5. The only real difference is when it comes to applications, that's about it. So you guys gotta figure out if it's worth it for you to spend all that money to pick up the iPhone 5. If you could rate, comment, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching the video.